Hello everybody, welcome to Been My Pleasure. My name is JC. Joining me today is my good friend Archibald Meatbag II. Archie Jr., thank you so much for joining me. Today we got a letter from a guest. Like to hear it? Here it goes.
Love to.
All right, my husband and I dined in your establishment, not my establishment. This is a general letter that I have received from corporate friends of mine who shall remain nameless to protect their anonymity.
Of course.
My husband and I dined in your establishment 2 weeks ago, and we ordered a steak to go. When we got home, our steak was overcooked. Naturally. You need to refund our check or compensate us somehow. Before you respond to this, I'm going to let everybody in the industry who's watching this right now know, if you are ordering a steak to go and they want it, whatever they want it, medium for example, cook it to medium rare so that as the residual heat comes through on the trip home, it cooks up to what they want. And here's a bonus, if it's undercooked, they can throw it in the oven themselves. If it's overcooked, they can't do crap about it. However, Archie, do you have anything you'd like to say about this to this guest?
I've got plenty I'd like to say.
Can't wait to get it off my chest.
Yeah.
Oh, before you do, let me mention, I didn't mention this yet, we're broadcasting live via recorded message at The Attic in Phoenix, Arizona, in Arcadia District, if you know where that is. It's 44th Street and Indian School. The Attic is home of the best burger in Phoenix, some say the world.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for hosting us here at The Attic. What do you have to say to our guest?
Okay. Well, first of all, here we go.
Hold on, let me put this wire this way so you look like you're going to be a little animated, and I don't want you yanking anything apart.
Oh, we're all right.
Bravo!
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, you know, what my friend JC here said about, you know, it cooking longer on their way home, clearly this person didn't understand this. What gets me the most about this is the person's demand to be refunded and or compensated in some way or another. It's okay, I get it. Your steak was overcooked when you got home. I apologize for that. It sucks. I love steak myself, you know, when I don't like an overcooked steak at all either. This happened 2 weeks ago. What have you been doing?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I saw that, but it didn't click. But
yeah, 2 weeks ago. Like, I don't even believe you at this point. So, you know, obviously look up your check, try and figure out all of it, make sure it's not a scam, which unfortunately happens often, that people try and give us cash or try and get us to give them cash.
People are giving you cash. What a scam!
Yeah,
people are trying to give us cash.
People are paying me and stuff. Sucks. But unfortunately, it happens all the time. And, you know, as managers, we have to, sadly, never rule that out when someone calls in with something like this, especially if it was 2 weeks ago and they dined in and they got a steak to go and it was overcooked when they got home 2 weeks ago. So, you know, it kind of sucks. I feel like I'm a fairly trustworthy person.
Sorry about that, folks. We had a little technical difficulty, but I'm going to surmise what we were just talking about in two parts. To the guest who wrote this letter, apologies that your steak didn't get to you at your house in the manner in which you wished to eat it. To those who are preparing the food and to servers who are taking the order, I would encourage you to utilize that method I discussed, wherein you cook it just below what the guest desires, so that residual heat will cook it thoroughly to the point that they want it when they get home. And then when they get home, they can heat it up to whatever level they'd like to. Or conversely, if it's underdone, they can cook it up to where they need to be. And then it's not as large an issue as the overcooking. To the guest who wrote 2 weeks after the fact, I would encourage you to get in contact with the establishment immediately. That night, if able, the next day, if possible, as soon as possible, and that would benefit you greatly. You will find, by way of day-to-day example, you could go to a fast food chain these days. The ones in town here, Jack in the Box, that's a good example. Right on their window. If you don't get a receipt, then your meal's free or something to that effect. But there's also another one that says if there's an issue, we will only honor them if they're within 24 hours of the receipt of purchase. And you might find that, especially in a casual dining experience, if you don't do it rapidly, you're going to run into exactly what you said, Archie Jr. People are going to, they're not going to believe you, because there are professional scroungers out there. What's the word you're looking for? There's professional con artists, people who call up and routinely call up and make up a meal issue. And you mentioned, he alluded to the fact that there is a receipt database. That's what all these computers are all about. They record those for, I won't tell you how long, but several periods of time, months if not years.
Yeah.
So they're there. If you had an issue and you can remember exactly what you had, if you have your receipt, all the better, especially if you know the date, they can probably get to a nice resolution. But do it as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. Yep. I completely agree. You know, with most of these casual restaurants that are fairly large, you can look up, you know, exactly what you had from plenty of times before. And I've had people call up that complained about something similar to this. I looked up their check and they didn't even order it. Or they call up and, you know, they complain about something on our menu that they ordered that's not even on our menu. So, you know, it happens, and it does. And people are looking for us to send out a gift card to them or get something, anything for free, you know. This lady, genuine or not, you know, we obviously did our best to take care of her, try and look up her check, whatever the case may be, but 2 weeks out is just pushing it. It's almost, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I think that answered your question, guest. If you enjoyed that response and you found it helpful, give us a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give us a thumbs down. If you'd like to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe by clicking on my pixelated friend's face. It's starting to shake again. We're going to have to go because apparently my technical issues are getting worse and worse. But until next time, my name is JC. It has been my pleasure.